she has done the world premiere episode of actually being on someone else's podcast. And the someone else is her name is Jamie Kern Lima. Now, I have actually interviewed this person, but I didn't realize I had interviewed this person because she founded IT Cosmetics, which I remember interviewing her at NBC. I think it's the same lady. I could be wrong. She looks a little different. But anyway, she was a news anchor, and she realized that you have a need for like cosmetics that are a little bit thicker because of the Klieg lights and all that. And her brand became $1 billion brand, and she sold it to L'Oreal for $1.2 billion in 2016.
All for news anchor, like makeup?
Yeah.
By the way, no one offered me makeup at all here.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
We sold you down the river. So she now has a podcast and is also apparently friends with Megyn. And in the world premiere of podcast, Megyn, Duchess of Sussex, she pulled out all the stops. Here is the intro of the episode. Look at this.
Megyn, Duchess of Sussex, in her first ever podcast interview. It's happening!
It's not about the grandeur of a gesture. It's about I see you. I'm nurturing you and I see you so deeply. And I love being able to see your growth. Of all things, it's making me emotional.
I have full body chills right now.
For them to be able to look back and go, oh my gosh, she has loved us so much.
She's an American member of the British royal family, an entrepreneur, author, actor, founder of the lifestyle brand As Ever that just sold out of stock completely in the first hour of its recent launch into the world. She's also a mom to her two beautiful kids, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, and wife to husband Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex.
Oh my God.
Why don't you like her?
I just threw up a little in my mouth.
What?
Let me count the ways. There's nothing I like about her.
Do you know her?
No, but she is a malignant narcissist who cannot get enough of herself while she simultaneously plays the victim. My castle's too small. Yeah. The queen is mean to me. They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm going to put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends, while she never stops whining. And at the same time, I'm getting all worked up. I'm a founder. I'm over it. She's not important. She married for money. It's very clear. She bagged the elephant. She was thrilled. She became a quote princess.
Well, you can.
It was planned from the beginning. She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it. And
before they met?
Yes. And she wants to
That's
pretend.
impressive. You got to admit that is impressive.
She nailed it. Yeah.
Because a lot of people probably did that.
It was like shooting fish in a barrel. With all that self-help talk, he was no match for her.
So as we unpack like an onion, some of the things I'm interested in, I actually like the royal family. I think it's cool. So
here we are, Meghan Markle's first ever podcast interview appearance, and she's already overacting in the opening seconds. Teary, trembling voice, talking about seeing people, nurturing growth, and of course, reminding us she's a mom, a duchess, and a founder. Asterisk. Megyn Kelly wastes no time calling it what it is. Performance PR. And Dave Portnoy? He laughs her right off the internet. The verdict: overproduced, under-authentic, and embarrassingly fake. When you're trying to look humble and come off like a narcissist instead, that's Meghan Markle's special skill.
That's another thing. She killed the queen.
She did kill the queen.
In my opinion.
I agree with you. I can't have someone marry into the royal family and be like, woe is me, of all these attention or whatever you're getting from being. It's no kidding. It's the royal family.
I can't believe I'm not getting paid for this.
Yeah, all this stuff. And then didn't they renounce their royalty, but they still want the royalty? Yeah. So it is hypocritical to get into that situation and then want nothing to do with it, but you do want anything to do with it. I don't have as strong feelings as you do for her. I don't care for her. I wouldn't put her in a hate category of mine. I don't like her. I didn't see that interview, but yeah, I'm a Royals guy. So I like the Royal. I think it's kind of cool, the history, the pageantry, and to just come in and kind of blow it up and then cry. It's like, whoa, is me.
And she's a bully. I mean, the reports were uniformly from inside the castle that all the young women in particular who work for her quit in tears. She so wore them down and was so nasty. Then when she started her own company, similar reports coming out from Montecito about how no one can work for her. She's a nightmare behind the scenes, and not toward the betterment of her staff, just because she's an insecure person who takes it out on other people.
What was up with the no makeup? That had to be an intentional
That's
move.
another thing. Maureen was saying this on her. Maureen Callahan has a new podcast for part of our network, and
with the makeup lady.
Yeah, and exactly right. And it's bullshit. So first of all, she had the hair blown out. It was perfect. I do not believe that she was makeup free there. She didn't have eye makeup on, which is a different thing. But that's her being relatable, Dave.
Yeah,
She's
right.
relatable.
The intentional relatable.
Yeah. So here she is talking about the joy.
Is she on like your top 10 hate list?
Oh yeah, she's not top 5.
All right.
The joy of working hard.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's really toiling away. Take a listen.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard. And I'm still working hard, right? The moment that everything sells out, it doesn't mean that we're done.
Yeah.
It means we're working on replenishment and what are the next SKUs and what's the next tranche of products and what's the timing on that and writing the newsletters and writing the social media captions and making sure that all that feels in line and what's the cadence of it and what's the photography that we want to do and what do I want to wear for those shoots, while also editing all the time-coded notes for season 2 of
the other
Love
lady
Megyn,
is
and then
a little
being in edits for the
scary to
podcast
me
and making
with the smile.
and being a mom and a wife and a friend.
Oh yeah.
Those
That's
are
right.
all jobs. I mean, I love being that busy, but I do think it's really interesting when people have no sense of what goes into the thing.
Yeah.
And then when the thing seems
It's like
as though
between two ferns almost,
wow.
the way she's hosting it.
the thing's not done.
Right.
The finish line was really the starting line.
Okay, we get it. Yes, go.
This part hits hard. Megyn gave up royal life, but still clings to the HRH perks. She's furious about not being called Her Royal Highness, yet slaps it on her gift baskets and podcast bios. As Megyn says, she's whining from a mansion while selling candles and jam to stay relevant. Dave calls her out for marrying into royalty, trashing it, then profiting off it. It's hypocrisy with a crown. Well, this is rich. Megyn says when she and Harry started dating, they used M and H to stay secret, because they were so famous that even their names were dangerous. Megyn and Dave can't stop laughing. That's not stealth, it's self-parody. Like calling yourself X and Y, and thinking you're 007 and C. This isn't cute. This is a narcissistic fantasy dressed up as relationship branding. Megyn says she went makeup-free for the podcast, but she had a full blowout foundation, bronzer, brow work, and lighting magic. Megyn calls it out. Dave calls it out. And guess what? So did the viewers. This wasn't raw. This wasn't vulnerable. This was a Vogue shoot disguised as a therapy session. Megyn isn't showing you the real her. She's selling a curated version of relatable royalty. And it's insulting. Next comes her CEO moment. Megyn launches into a list of tasks. Emails, social media captions, podcast edits, and brand strategy like she's building Amazon from scratch. Dave Portnoy isn't buying it.
That would infuriate me, like, as someone who's trying to start a business, struggling, because like you can't fail. Like if you're selling, I don't know what she's selling, candles, I don't know what she's selling. Jam. Like you're
Hard
in
to
the
get.
royal family, so to this head start that you have and then complain about working hard, it's like you're in the royal family.
Yes.
So to complain about, the business, you don't have to, if you don't want to show up, if you don't want to do the schedule, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Right.
You're living in literally like a fantasy tale of, but the host.
What's happening with her?
If people didn't know who was who, I think people would be focusing on the host.
The
and
weird,
the expression, yeah. Yeah, it was between two ferns.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't hate her as much
voice.
as you, but
It's like a love to hate situation.
Yeah.
I don't have actual hatred for her. I have that for very few people. It's a small list, but she's not on it. But I just can't stand her. I just think she's such a phony. I love to make fun of her because she continues to give me so much material.
she comes across as a phony in that.
I've
Both
got,
of them.
I've got to show you one more on that. Okay, look, this is a short one. SOT 29. Look at this ridiculousness.
Your close friends and family, so many of them call you M and Harry H.
Yes.
How did that start? And tell me about that.
Probably at the beginning of us dating. when everything was in code.
Code, yeah.
Right? People didn't know we were dating for...
Yeah,
Talk about memory lane. So long ago. I mean, it'll be our 7-year wedding anniversary soon. I couldn't tell anyone who I was dating, and he was keeping... So I think we were just on a letter basis.
Yeah.
And then it stuck.
It stuck.
It stuck.
It was their code, their super stealthy code, M and H. Like when I called Doug Bug.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That's like choosing your alias as a famous person and it's John Smith. Like,
will that podcast have like crazy numbers because she's on it? Like, does she move the needle like that?
I have no idea. But if it does, it's going to be at least 2/3 hate listeners like me.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, again, I think it'll be overshadowed by the interviewer who looks like on outer space.
He flat out says, "You're living in a fairy tale with a royal safety net. You can take a day off. You can hire 20 people to do this for you." Megyn agrees. This whole speech was designed to make us feel bad for a duchess complaining about influencer problems. And here's the twist. Megyn admits Megyn is one of her favorite punching bags because she never stops delivering cringe. Everything she says turns into content. Everything she does comes across as fake. And Dave? He says most listeners only tune into Megyn's appearances to hate listen. That's the legacy she's building. A self-help duchess no one believes. So what do you think? Is Meghan Markle truly misunderstood? Or the world's most overproduced, overpolished, self-victimizing influencer? Has her podcast backfired? Or will the PR machine keep pushing her narrative? Comment below with your verdict, hit like if you're done with fake royalty, and subscribe for more unfiltered truth every week.